Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. We are still on site at Lake Elementaita on our property. And today I just want to give you a brief history of land ownership around this area, a larger Kikupe area around Lake Elementaita. You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I am Solomon Wangwe.
That's good.
So I shared this before in an episode, probably earlier this year, late last year, on the history of land ownership out here. So this entire area around me, almost as far as your eye can see, towards the Mau Summit, which is where today we have the Soy Sambu Conservancy covering about 70,000 acres in between Naivasha town and Nakuru, all the way up the hills across the main highway and towards the Aberdare Ranges. This entire parcel of land, if you can call it that, used to belong to one individual, and that was the famous Lord Delamere. Today his family and descendants still live on much of the property, and they manage the Soy Sambu Conservancy, which is a private conservancy. But later on in life, Lord Delamere's younger sister got married or wedded to a gentleman known as Lord Cole, or Egerton Galbraith Cole, who as a wedding gift received 30,000 acres from his new brother-in-law, Lord Delamere. And basically they carved out a lot of the land around Elementaita all the way to the hills across the highway towards the Aberdare Ranges, and that became his personal property since then. He actually lived and died on this property. Today, if you visit Lake Elementaita, there's a particular area where you'll find an obelisk which marks his burial site. But before he died, he sold a good chunk of the land from this side of the lake going up towards the highway to the government of Kenya, which then resettled local Kenyan community members. Majority were from the Kikuyu community, who were the most affected, adversely affected community members with regards to colonial land ownership issues. So many of them were brought to this area and resettled and allocated lands. And today, many individuals and companies such as ourselves, and just in front of me, we have the famous Pelican Resort and the Servile Hotel, have purchased these lands from some of the original allottees of this land through the government of Kenya. And so that's how the land in this entire region of the country got passed down from colonial owners down to people like ourselves today, and those of you who are looking to invest. This is an interesting thing to appreciate about land ownership here, because it adds a little bit of cachet, if you will, and gives you perspective on your future land ownership. It's important to understand the dynamics around the land ownership as it relates to the local community members. That way you avoid problems with your future neighbors, and you can navigate the waters smoothly on adding value yourself. I hope that information helps. If you have any questions or maybe some comments you'd like to share, maybe you know something that we haven't mentioned or don't know about the land ownership on this side, please feel free to share those. We're happy to engage with you through all our social media platforms. You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.